Hey everyone, welcome back to our 12 Days of Christmas Creations. And today's video, I'm super excited because this tree is very near and dear to my heart, very sentimental. It's been in our family for over 20 years. My mother handed it down to me when I moved into my first apartment, and it's gone to home to home to home. And now it kind of sits in the back of the closet. I don't know if you have stuff that sits in the back of the closet. You have stuff that sits in the closet, yeah. You pull it out and then you go, ugh, and then you stick it back in because you don't want to use it for holiday decorations. Well, this is one of those, and I'm excited because it's in really good shape. The color is still good and the needles are still good, and it fluffs up really, really pretty. But since, we have the new trees with the pre-lid and they're taller and they're bigger, this guy just doesn't get as much love. So I'm super excited to show you how to flock your tree. I have some commercial grade flocking, and I will, I'll add the brand in the links below of what brand flocking I used, and cost me around I think it was like $22. And so I'm gonna drag this guy outside, put some tarps down, because you're probably gonna wanna do this outside if you do it. And I'm gonna show you how we make this guy beautiful again. Okay, so follow me. So I've grabbed my tree and I put a tarp down below it. You're definitely gonna wanna put something underneath this because it's certainly going to collect underneath the tree. And afterwards, I just grabbed the hose and I sprayed down my patio. But I'm just kind of getting a feel for this stuff. It was a little bit finer than I expected. So I do end up grabbing a mask and some old school goggles because I couldn't find my good ones. But I end up stopping and grabbing something because there was a little bit of a slight wind and it was just a little bit finer than I had expected. Now, according to the instructions, all you're supposed to do is spray the branches, then sift it on, and then give it another spray to set the flocking, the adhesive. And this stuff is supposed to be non-toxic. It's a cellulose, a bunch of wood fiber, and adhesive. It does say non-toxic, but of course you wouldn't want anybody getting into this and eating it. So, and then I've kind of found a groove with, rather than sifting it, that was not giving me the effect that I wanted. Again, I don't want a whole white tree. So I started kind of dumping, and you'll see me here start kind of dumping it on the branches. And I liked the way that worked. So that's what worked for me. Rather than sifting, I started to do these little kind of splashes, some dumping. I could not find my little cute DIY glasses, so I had to bust out my old school sanding goggles that are probably like 10 years old, but you gotta work with what you got. I didn't want to waste time, so I just grabbed them and came back out here because this did take me about an hour, so you'll want to set aside enough time to get this done. So as you can see, we're starting to make some progress, and this is starting to look like a freshly snowed tree. I grabbed a spoon because I wanted it to be a little bit more clumpy just at the edge of the branches, so it just looked like a little bit more natural where the snow would fall. I did not want mine to be a completely white Christmas tree, so there's all levels that you can do here. You can have this just completely covered with snow. It just depends on what look you're going for. I wanted this just to be sort of dusted. I did not want it super duper heavy. I wanted to be able to see the green through it when I brought this inside. I love the greens, for the holidays, and the reds. So I didn't want to do it too heavy, but that's completely up to what style you're going for. And if you want to do a real heavy flocking, you just keep going. I finished off this 2-pound bag. I had a little bit extra. I did a wreath. So I would say if you're going to do a super heavy flocking, you will probably want to get an extra bag. And I just continue to, you know, walk around the tree and find little spots that I missed. I like to get in kind of deep inside where a little clump of snow might fall. And then I'm just sort of spraying it down as I go, giving it like an extra setting. I did find that I probably should have given it a good shake when I was all finished before bringing it inside of the house. So I do recommend doing that. When you're all done, give it just a little shake. And then they say to let it set for 24 hours before decorating. However, if you know me, that did not happen. I had way too little patience after this. And so I did let it rest, I would say, for, you know, maybe a couple hours, but then I got too excited and I just went in and started decorating. And there was some flocking that ended up, you know, on the floor that I had to vacuum up a couple times. So, you know, it is what it is, but I couldn't wait. So and here I'm just doing my little extra wreath with what I had left over. So I did a cute wreath for the door, and that was it. It was fairly simple, definitely not difficult, just need a little bit of patience. And I love the look. So you'll see what it looks like all decorated and inside in our little Arctic winter wonderland theme. And here she is, all beautiful again. I absolutely love how it turned out, this $24 tree. Oh, I didn't share the price in the beginning, but this tree 20 something years ago cost my mom about $24.98. That was on the box. So this little tree has come back to life and it's beautiful, and I'm happy to put this out every year again. And I decorated with, I added a couple of little floral picks of greenery just to fill it up. I like it nice and full, and then decorated with some white florals and a few maroon florals and some snowy owls that I picked up. But I'm super happy. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Of course, if you have any questions or comments, shoot them over and I'll be happy to respond. And until our next video for our 12 Days of Christmas, I'll see you soon.